I'm doing a video today on the grain quinoa. I hope I'm saying it right. This is what I got right here. Quinoa. And the dictionary says it's pronounced quinoa. Okay. So my parents picked this grain up at Costco. It's like this gigantic bag like I just showed you. And there's like a buttload of the grain in there. I'm pretty sure you can buy this grain like the health food section at a normal grocery store, or maybe even the rice section. It's an interesting little grain. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to start talking about it. They look like little beets. They're really tiny. They kind of stick. They're not sticky or anything, but they're really light, so they see how it sticks to me, but it's not sticky. This grain is so interesting to me. So my parents brought it home and I was like, what the heck is this? I've heard of it before, but I heard about it like a year or two ago and I was like, well, whatever. I heard it was super good for you, like a really good super grain. So this brand is called True Roots, and it says it's 100% whole grain. It's gluten-free. I'm just gonna read the back of the bag really quick. Okay, quinoa is an ancient traditional grain grown at 12,000 feet above sea level. That's like really high up in the mountains. Hello. It is a whole grain and has been classified by the National Academy of Sciences as one of the best sources of protein in the vegetable kingdom. It is gluten-free, has a low glycemic index, and provides all of the 8 essential amino acids. That's pretty crazy. It's USA cleaned. It's of course grown in South America. That's where it comes from, but they ship it to America where they process it further. They wash it really well. It actually has fat in it. It has 3 grams of fat, believe it or not. It's a grain and it has fat in it. It's so weird, but it's super good fat for you. It's 4% of your fat intake. No saturated, no trans, of course, no cholesterol. No, there's 1 natural gram or milligram of salt. It's just natural in the plant, so don't freak out. The carbs are 31 grams or 10% of your daily intake. The fiber is 3 grams or 13% of your intake. 3 grams of sugar, which is natural. This is just the grain. There's nothing else in this bag but the grain. And there's 6 grams of protein. That's a lot. And then it has all these different vitamins, such as calcium 2%, iron 12%, phosphorus 23%, and riboflavin at 50%. That is high. So now, just told you all the nutritional benefits to it. Super duper really nutritious for you. But I wanted to talk about today primarily, like it's good for you to eat on a normal basis. Anyone can eat it. But I found out something very interesting. So I made the grain one night. I just made it like rice, because you cook it just like rice. It takes about the same amount of time. It's a good carb side to your dinner or meal or whatever. So I made it one night as a side like rice, and I noticed that very night that I had gigantic boobs full of milk. Like I had produced more milk than I have ever produced in my life. I put Reagan to nurse to me that night when she woke up the first time, and she didn't even empty 1 breast. She ate about half of the breast. And then the other side was still rock hard. Like I woke up with rock hard boobs. 1 boob was half drained and the other one was super hard still. So I had to wait another 3 or 4 hours for her to wake up and go on the other side and drink. And by that time, the other side was rock hard and this side was only half eaten too. I was like, what the heck? Why am I producing so much milk? And that was throughout the whole day. I produced so much milk she never finished on either side. Sorry, I had to go get my little baby girl. Here she is, by the way. Whee! So, yeah, so oatmeal is supposed to be one of those grains that helps lactation increase, as is like some certain herbs and stuff, and they work pretty good. You know, I didn't have oatmeal that day. I didn't have any mother's milk tea or anything to help me with my supply. So I couldn't figure out what made it happen. I noted that I had quinoa that night, and I was like, maybe it's that. So I put it behind my head, just thought maybe I had like a sporadic freak amount of milk all of a sudden. And then like a week later, I make a soup and I put the quinoa in it, which you can do, which is really a good way of eating it. Instead of putting in a rice into your soup, you just put the quinoa in. I'll put some recipes up, by the way. Put the quinoa in, and I ate it for dinner again. And the same thing happened in the middle of the night. I had a lot of milk. I was leaking all over. I was like, what the heck? And then I was like, okay, maybe it is the quinoa. I had it again for lunch because I had leftover soup. And like all day into the next night, I had a lot of milk supply. And then I made it like another week later, and the same thing happened. So I was like, oh my gosh, this must be like, you know, it helps with milk supply. That's crazy, and it's helped way more than any other herb I've taken, or the oatmeal or anything. It's like insane. I know quinoa is not a really well-known grain. That's probably why, you know, more isn't said on it, or it's not recommended quite yet. So it's not well known that I could do this. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is good news. I should share it. So I want to tell everyone about this grain, quinoa. If you're having trouble with milk supply, even if you're not, and you just want to have enough to pump extra for, it doesn't make the baby fussy. In fact, she's less fussy. I don't know if it has to do with that or it's just a good day. She isn't fussy when I drink it or when I eat it and feed her. So if you want to increase your pumping supply, or you have twins, or you know, you get sick and you want to keep it up, I would recommend eating it on a daily basis. You can eat it like an oatmeal in the morning. You could put honey or brown sugar with it with milk and berries on top. You could eat it like that, or you could put it in a soup or a stew. You could cook it as a side for your family. It's such a really nutritious grain that you'll feel good about giving it to your family. I don't know how kids would like it. Pierce liked it. My 20-month-old son, he liked it quite a lot. He didn't have any complaints. He usually loves rice. Like, rice is one of his favorite things to eat. Like whenever there's rice on the plate, that's what he goes for. And when I put quinoa on his plate, he ate it and loved it. So maybe your kids will like it that are older. I don't know. But so you could serve it for yourself and for your family. If you really want to increase your milk supply on a frequent basis, you're having lots of trouble, I would recommend cooking some up and putting some of the grain into little sandwich bags, double the sandwich bags up, and freezing it and storing it for anything you're going to be cooking with. You could just thaw it out in hot water and throw it in whatever. Because it's cooked, you don't want to overcook this for grain because it like disintegrates. Not that you're losing any nutritional value when it does that, but put it in the last minute if you're putting in a stew or soup and it's already cooked. So, or you can cook a buttload and put it in your fridge for the week. But I mean, it's crazy how much milk I got. One of the days where she just couldn't empty my breast out fast enough, I pumped after one of her feedings, and it was a pretty good feeding. Like, she had one breast. I don't think it was a full breast because when I pumped, not only did I get 3 on the breast that she ate from, I got I think it was 4 or 5 ounces on the other one she hadn't touched, and that one was like rock hard. I was like, oh my gosh, like, she probably ate 3 ounces on one side. I had a lot of milk in me. So go out and get some, like, right now if you're having trouble. I hope all mommies who are having trouble with breastfeeding and not having enough milk, please go try it. It's so awesome. So I'm really excited to talk about it. Yeah, bye.